Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Pre-Market News and Views by In the Money Stocks. Today is Tuesday, November 6, 2012. Yes, it is Election Day in the United States. This is a big day for the country, I suppose. But anyway, you slice it or dice it, the S&P 500 E-mini futures are only up 2.5 points to 3 points right now to around the 14.75, 14.15 level. So again, small little bump in the futures to the upside. This usually means that the dollar is a little bit lower, and that is the case this morning. If you take a look at the U.S. dollar index futures, you'll see the dollar is down by about 9 cents at the moment. So dollar is slipping. Futures are gaining a little, but again, they're only up 2.5 to 3 points. Not really that big a deal. I do suspect overall a pretty flat market. The markets may get gyrated a little bit. If Mitt Romney wins the election, I think the market could get a small short-term bounce. If President Obama wins the election, maybe the market dips a little bit, but I don't think it's going to be dire either way, regardless of who wins. There's a lot of similarities between the two candidates, and really it just comes down to taxes. The Republicans win. Maybe the Bush tax cuts get extended. If the Democrats win, I think that the Bush tax cuts will expire. So that's what we're dealing with here, and we'll see how it plays out. But nonetheless, futures are up a little bit here. Dollar is down, and that's really what moves the markets, as you all know. A couple of other things to go over quickly. Just out of Europe, there is some news out of there today. It looks like, there is a Greek strike going on. So Greece is going to come into the picture again eventually. It looks like there's a 2-day strike going on there. Also, German factory orders dipped. I believe they dipped 3.2, 3.3%, well below expectations. It's the biggest drop in factory orders in over a year. So again, that's going to come out eventually and be a factor, but that would be a little bit down the road, and we'll see how that plays out. You are going to have some economic news, I believe, released at 9:45 and also at 10 o'clock. So we'll see if that does cause some gyrations in the market. But overall, the market's going to be fixated on this election, and that's where it really is, where the focus is going to be. And again, as we hear poll numbers come out, maybe there's some short-term gyrations, but other than that, I think we're going to look at a day similar to yesterday, and tomorrow I think we'll have some fireworks in the market overall. Now let's take a look at gold. Gold is trading a little bit higher this morning. It looks like gold is up about 6 points or $6, make it $7 to around $16.90 an ounce. Gold is getting a little bit of a bump to the upside, and that tells us that the market probably is favoring more inflation. The dollar is also a little bit weaker, so I'm going to say the gold being higher, a little bit higher, favors Obama at the moment, believe it or not. So it tells you there's going to be more borrowing, more inflation, more money printing, and gold is up about 7 points at the moment. Let's take a look at the GLD here. GLD yesterday closed at 163.23, trading at 163.70, 163.81 now. So again, little uptick for gold. That could be favorable to the president. I think any uptick in gold is favorable to the president. Let's take a look at oil this morning. Obviously, you have the dollar lower, so oil generally will trade higher, and that is the case this morning. Light sweet crude is trading up 33 cents to $85.97 a barrel. Let's take a look at the USO, which is a good proxy for light sweet crude, and the USO is trading right now at 31.61. That's pretty much where it closed yesterday, so really no change. You do see oil trading up a little higher earlier. However, it has since come in a little bit. So no change on the USO, but light sweet crude is up a little bit from yesterday's close. There are some stocks in the news. Let's take a look at a few of them. We'll start off with Express Scripts. ESRX is the ticker symbol. This stock is down right now by about 7.5 points. It went as low as $53 this morning, and then it's gotten a pretty good little bounce. I do have some levels here, though. $54.12 is the first level, and then $50.39 is the second support level, and then $46.67 is the third level. Okay, so if you open up above those levels, I think you can see small bounces around those areas mentioned. If you open up below those levels, let the stock go down to the next level before trying. It's a pretty decent gap down today. You took out a big level at 56, so that's an important move. But I like those levels down at 54.12, 50.39, and then 46.67. Another stock that's getting hammered today is Zillow. Now, this generally is a very light volume name. I wouldn't even normally mention it, but it's just getting roasted and toasted to the third degree. The stock closed yesterday at $34.37. It is trading today at $28 right here. You can see the huge drop after the closing bell yesterday. Right now, what I would look for Zillow is one level only. That's going to be $21.34. That's the only level. That's a big double bottom going back to 2011. And that's the only level I would even become remotely interested in the stock. There will be some minor support around 27.75, but the way this thing is plunged, you have to go with that safer level, which is around 21.34. Let's take a look at Fossil. This is another one. This is a leading accessory maker, apparel maker. Fossil's getting hit pretty hard today as well. The stock closed yesterday at $94.10. It looked like it was trying to break out. Failure. Best moves come from failed moves. This thing should go down pretty good. Right now, you're going to look at, well, there's going to be some support around this 83.79, 83.80 level. I don't know how great that's going to be, but there will be some support there. This level's not bad though. 79.82, 75.85. This is a strong gap down, so remember, it can get to these levels. And then you have really $71, and make it just 71. Maybe might even be $70 with a big daily chart gap fill. So those are the levels you're going to have to look at there if the stock gets down there. But again, right now there's going to be some, I'm going to say minor support at 83.80, and it'll be much better support at 79.82, 75.85. But you never know. This is a pretty sizable gap down. It's a thin stock ultimately. Normally trades less than 1 million shares, so you got to always be careful that this thing, watch this thing, it can overshoot to the downside even further than you expect, as well as the upside when it's bullish. But today it is bearish, and it is selling off pretty decently. There's a few other gaps out there, but they're small and they're minor. They're not really that playable, if you ask me. So I'm going to skip them today. Today we'll put our focus more on the election, and we'll see what this market gives us. Again, futures are upticking a little bit more here, and that usually means that the dollar is sliding a little bit lower. So again, we'll see how this thing trades out. Once the opening bell rings, I think things could shift a little bit. But right now, as long as you see gold up, I think you got to give the market a slight flat to positive bias. Again, if Obama wins, I do think the market will come under some short-term distribution. And if Romney wins, I think we'll get a short-term pop. But hopefully we'll know the results tomorrow. There's chatter that we may not even know the results tomorrow, as it could be too close to call. But hey, you never know about that stuff. With modern technology, you think that they would get this right quickly. But who knows? In any case, I want to wish you all a great trading day. Again, keep the dollar front and center. That could come in effect today, and we'll see where this market takes us going into the close. Take care, everyone. Have a great trading day.